What's up guys, happy Halloween, and I am bringing you a brand new movie car remake. In today's remake, I am bringing you the 1971 Lincoln Continental Mark III that was in the 1977 horror film The Car. Based around this car, a little bit of a backstory on the actual movie. Two cyclists are riding through a canyon. They're followed by a mysterious matte black car down the road, and next thing you know, it starts killing people. Back then, this movie was horrific and terrible for its time. And I also think it had a little bit of a part in doing with the making of the Christine movie as well, because Christine was actually after this movie. So this was the very first car scary movie type deal, I guess. And the car actually turned out really nice. It was fairly cheap to do, and you guys can build this all year long, just like the Christine car. You don't have to have a special Halloween vehicle. But yes, happy Halloween, guys. Hope you guys are being safe, being nice and full of all your candy, and enjoying that if you're doing that. If you're spending time with family or your friends, enjoy that as well. So as always, we're going to start off with the base price. You want to go to the internet, you want to go to the travel and transport website, you want to go down to the Benny's Original Motorworks website, go to the stock section, and you want to go down and you want to find yourself the Vapid Chino. So as you see here, this is the lowrider version, but we're not creating that. I just say to buy this vehicle here, just in case you want to change this car. You maybe get sick of it and you want to just upgrade it to a more modified version of this. Then, later on down the road, you want to sell this car in general. You'll get more money back in the long run. But yes, it's going to be costing you about $225,000 for the base price. Really not all that much, so we don't have to worry about upgrading it and all that, so that's really nice too. So anyways, once you have your car and you have your color, meet us at the Los Santos car meet location, as you can see where we're at right now. Again, I think the car turned out great. There is one flaw that I will point out a little bit later on in the video, but other than that, let's just go over and customize the beauty. So as you pull in, the Vapid Chino is in the muscle category. I don't think that is ideal for this build, but I mean, the base design of the actual car is based on a Lincoln Continental. I'm not sure exactly what year or what make, but it is basically based around that. So as I go over all my builds, I go over the overall look, the visual appearance, and the basic design of the car and how it's portrayed in the movie, game, or anywhere else in general itself. Anything I don't go over is completely up to you. I just put a few staples in on my build. If you want to recreate my build or take some things away from my build, you're more than welcome to. And without further ado, let's get into the build. So to start things off, you want to go to bumpers. You want to go to the front bumper, and you want to add that little bit of an extra part, which is the custom chin spoiler. It kind of makes it a little bit of a wider chrome splitter there. So that's kind of what you want. It just kind of makes the grille a little bit more big. And I mean, it's not gigantic like the actual one from the movie, but I mean, it does fit pretty nicely for the build. From there, you want to move on to the rear bumpers, and you just want to keep that stock. Definitely don't put a wheelie bar on it. It just doesn't fit it, and it just saves you money in the long run. From there, move on to the chassis. You just want to keep that stock. There was no plate or anything in the back window. If you guys can't see that, the windows are tinted. Maybe I'll see it now a little bit, but yeah, you just want to keep that stock. From there, we move on to the exhaust. You want to keep the stock exhaust. It was single tipped exhaust like this, not double. So definitely go with the stock exhaust. From there, we move on to the fenders. You also want to keep them stock. It did not have the little curb feelers or the back little skirt body part for the back end. You want to make sure it's nice and open and nice and beautiful like this. So you want to keep those stock fenders there. After that, we move on to the hood. You want to keep the hood stock as well. Do not add a bug catcher or, pretty much any bug catcher, I guess. So yeah, just keep it nice and stock, nice and smooth. Well, it's got a little bit of a bulge in there, but it's still nice. And it does fit really nicely for the build. From there, we move on to the horn. Now, this is the very first time I've done this because it has a distinctive horn, and I will put a clip in the actual video right about now. So as you hear that, the horn I went for is the standard truck horn. The main reason for this is I think it's the closest thing to actually sounding like the one that's actually in the actual movie. Now, I guess the horn from the actual car in real life was in Morse code for X, I guess, but it was kind of weird. So I think the truck horn, as you can hear it, sounds about the closest thing we can get to the actual horn from the movie. It was a little weird going over the horn option, but you know what? I saw it in a part of the clip in the movie and everything, and I'm like, oh, dude, I gotta add this in. You know me, attention to detail as much as possible. From there, move on to the lights. You want to go to headlights, and you want to go with those golden shower lights. It was an old style car. I mean, 1971, I don't think there was any white lights back then or anything, so I would definitely go with the golden shower. Unfortunately, the stock lights, they're way too white. Like, I still think the golden shower is the best option. But I mean, if you don't want to spend the money and you think they look better, you can keep them stock if you wish. From there, move on to the neon kits. Neon layout's gonna be nothing because it didn't have any neon, and I really don't think it did. But if you want to put on the pure black neon, you're more than welcome to do that to give it a little bit more traction. I really don't think it needs it, and it's just a little bit more money that you need to spend. It's mainly you need it for cars that have lower traction or more power. This thing doesn't have that much power, even though it should for the build that we're doing. But yes, it is up to you if you want to add neon or not. From there, move on to the plate. You want to go with a yellow on black, and you just want to go with any kind of plate you want. I don't believe there was a custom plate. I didn't really see anything in the movie. All the clips I paused on and all that stuff, and all the little screenshots from the actual car, I didn't see any kind of plate on the actual car, which kind of makes sense. I don't think, I know the Christine car had one, but I don't think this one actually did have one. From there, we move on to the roof, saving a respray for last. You want to keep that nice stock roof. It definitely didn't remove the roof, and it definitely didn't have a soft top roof. It was nice and solid, just like the rest of the car. From there, we move on to the suspension. I kept it stock. I figure it is the better option. You could possibly lower it, but I mean, it had a decent wheel gap at the very back too. Unfortunately, they did change not only the fenders, but they also changed the windshield as well. They lowered it by 3 inches. So it's a very small windshield, and like actually changed the actual fenders as well, kind of making it bigger. So I mean, you could go with a sport suspension if you wish. It's not like one of the newer cars that really drops that a lot, but you know, I figured more gap is better because in the actual real life car, it has a decent bit of gap, and I don't really see a point in lowering it in my opinion. Although it was pretty low to the ground, so again, your choice on what you want to do. You can kind of play around with it. I'm not going to say exactly what you want to go for. I'm just going to say I'm going to stick with stock. From there, move on to the turbo. I would definitely add a turbo. This thing sounded like a beast. Like it was immensely powerful in performance back then. And I mean, it really just needs a turbo. From there, we move on to the wheels. You want to go to wheel type, you want to go to the lowrider category, and you want to go to the chrome rims, and you want to put on the lead sled rims. Now, these I think fit the second best. Now, the reason I say this is the ones that I think fit the best are actually in the street category, and if you go to the retro steely, I think these fit the best. They have the more deep dish look. But as you can see, for some reason, this car is also broken where the brake calipers are clipping through the actual rim. You can literally see it clipping through. And that is why I'm hesitant on actually using these rims. Now, you can use these rims if you really wish, but the ones I have on right now that I think still work decently, pretty well anyways, are the chrome lowrider lead sled rims. Again, you still got that middle part there. It's not as deep dish as the retro steely ones, but I mean, still, it is a great and viable option, and the brake calipers are not clipping through. So the two best options, again, I think are either the lowrider chrome lead sled rims, which I have on right now, or again, if you go to the street category and you go to the retro steelies, I still think these fit the absolute best because they are more deep dish. You kind of get that look and everything. They still have the full-on rim all the way through. There's no see-through the actual rim and everything, but the brake calipers do clip through. If you do go with these ones though, make sure to keep them alloy. Do not change them to frost white. Do not change them to really any other color. Just keep them alloy. But for the video, I'm going to keep the lead sled rims. From there, move on to the wheel color. You know, they're going to be chrome, so you can't change that. Again, if you have the retro steely ones, just keep them alloy. Do not change the color on them. After that, move on to the tires. You want to go to tire design. You just want to keep them stock. They didn't have no white walls or any kind of tire text on the actual wheels, so definitely keep them stock. After that, move on to the tire enhancements. I believe you probably want to put bulletproof tires on. Now, you can probably keep it standard if you wish, but I mean, the car was like kind of possessed. So in a sense, I don't think the tires would really be all that vulnerable. So I would think bulletproof tires would be the best. Low grip, it wasn't drifting. Don't worry about that. I would definitely either go with bulletproof or standard tires. Me, I'm going to go with bulletproof because, again, it's like a horror car. I wouldn't expect them to have like normal tires or get shot out or anything. I didn't see anything in the movie or clips, but again, I'm just gonna go with the bulletproof tires. I feel like bullets would not penetrate or damage this car in any way because it's very strange because you never really see the driver, so maybe there is no driver. I mean, it's hard to say. They never really know who was driving it or what was driving it, or even if there was anybody actually driving it, or if it was just a possessed car that was immune to damage and all that. I don't know. So again, my best option, bulletproof tires. From there, move on to the tire smoke. You just want to go with that white tire smoke. From there, move on to the windows. You want to go with that nice dark limo tint. The windows were actually like double tinted. They were tinted like a black on the outside and like an amber on the inside. So no matter what, you could not see inside, but the inside person driving the actual vehicle during the movie could actually see out of it. So I mean, this is the darkest we can get, which is limo. There is actually a pure dark window tint, but there is no option to do that unless you have a modified vehicle. So again, limo, best option in my personal opinion. All right, and I'll see you guys in 2 seconds with a rolled steel primer color. All right, and we're back. As you can see, I have my car in my primered out rolled steel. Pretty much what I always do for all my builds. That way you know what color I actually used. Again, this time it's just gonna be an LSC color because it was matte black. Very simple, very easy, very cost effective, and very cheap. I mean, that's pretty much the same thing, I guess, right? So we're just going to go right into it. No custom crew color this time. So just go to the primary color, go down to the matte section, and put on the matte black. Just like that. And that's it. There's no trim color. There's no secondary color for the chrome. The chrome's automatically on there. You don't have to worry about adding that, so that's nice. So you don't have to worry about spending money on that. And that is it. That's how you recreate the 1971 Lincoln Continental Mark III that was in the 1977 movie The Car. Pretty much based around the car in general. It's kind of weird the movie was called The Car, and you know, everything's about that. So, all right, so let's go back to our parking spot. Again, I think it turned out really nice. We're gonna go outside real quick too while the sun is still up. All right, and I'm gonna do a little spin for you guys real quick in the Halloween weather so you guys can see what it looks like in this. I think it looks great. I think it turned out great, and this weather just makes it look even more ominous and scary and everything. And I'll do a little transition like right about at the very end here into the daytime. Little spin for you guys real quick. Got that nice matte black on there. Doesn't have a pearlescent on it, by the way, either, so it just kind of has that nice shine to it. I thought maybe it was a matte black or like a satin color, but upon further information and further, you know, research and all that, it was matte black. I was going to use the custom pure black crew color, but I mean, in the sense, the matte black really works really well. So this car fits really well for the right now in the Halloween area. And honestly, the way it sounds kind of sounds almost like the car from the movie a little bit. Now, I don't think the actual car from the movie had a turbo, but I mean, this car is really cheap. You're not going to be spending probably more than $500,000 on it, if even that. I would say maybe like $400,000 at max. So putting a turbo in it really isn't going to cost you that much, because I don't think it's like a full max like $50,000 turbo, whatever. Really, don't flip me off. That's messed up. Should flip you off. But yeah, I think this car turned out really nice, especially for what it is. Again, I hope you guys had a great Halloween. And don't worry, you'll be seeing more builds coming in the near future. The next build you will see of a Fast and Furious build will be a muscle car. Now, you have time to think about it, and don't worry, I will also put little teasers up too. I love doing the little, like, testing you on your knowledge or kind of giving you, like, a hint before the actual video is uploaded. I'm going to also do that with this too, so you'll probably see that a little bit earlier. I doubt many people will get this build, but I think there's a few people that might. Yeah, I think that's going to pretty much be it. So, as always, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down in the comment section down below for what build you'd like to see next. Again, it can be from a movie, a game, anywhere, and it can also be anything. It could be a bike, it could be a truck, it could be a car, it could be a van, it could be anything you want me to possibly build. Leave that down in the comment section down below. It also helps the algorithm, and I will definitely get back to you. I do pride myself on interacting with you guys as much as possible, because, I mean, without you guys, without anyone in the family and all that, and the crew and everybody that watches the videos and supports me in any way, without you guys, there really wouldn't be a channel. It would just be uploading certain things that I think look cool. Again, I think of these as my art, as, you know, I take really good pride in my builds and all that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the build. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day or night. Have a safe and happy Halloween. Enjoy the day, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, make sure you do log on during when I upload this, which is going to be Halloween at some point, because if you do, you get the free Sasquatch outfit, and I'll definitely put a picture on the screen of that. It's going to be free from Rockstar, so thank you, Rockstar, for making that free. Yeah, with all that being said, I'll catch you guys later. I'm out. Peace.